You ever have somebody flat out threaten to kill your dog to your face? No, really. I mean, standing on your property line, clipboard in hand, shrieking, "That beast doesn't belong in this neighborhood, and if you don't get rid of it, I'll see to it that it's put down myself." Yeah, that happened. You want to talk about a welcome to the neighborhood? That's how my peaceful little American dream kicked off just a year out of the Air Force after a decade as a K-9 handler. All I wanted was some damn peace, a little house with a patch of green, a grill out back, a garage for my tools, and Shadow, my retired partner, stretched out in the sun. Shadow isn't just a dog. He's 100 pounds of living, breathing loyalty, muscle, and brains. We'd been through it all together. Desert sandstorms and bomb threats and long nights where all you hear is your own heart pounding. When he retired, there was never a question he was coming home with me. He's 7 now. Still got that soldier's discipline, but a gentler soul than half the people you'll ever meet. The 5-year-old next door brings him treats, and he takes them out of her little hand like he's made of glass. Most of my neighbors love him, but Amanda, our HOA president, saw him as public enemy number 1. Picture Amanda 3 doors down, platinum haircut, sharp enough to cut glass, pastel blazers year-round, and a brigade of pink flamingos on her immaculate front lawn. She met Shadow before she met me, and neither of us measured up to her standards. First day I'm fixing a sprinkler, Shadow's laying by the porch, and here comes Amanda with her clipboard. The bylaws state that all pets must be leashed when not in a fenced area. She says not even a hello. I told her, "He's on my property and he's not going anywhere." Shadow didn't move a muscle. She stared at him like he was a wolf, not a partner who'd saved lives. A week later, first official violation, harboring a dangerous animal. No incident, no bite, just her word and her signature. And that was just the beginning. It really exploded the day I finished my backyard picket fence. Shadow's finally got his own space, and I'm out tossing a ball, just soaking in the quiet, until I see Amanda, arms folded, staring over my new fence. Shadow freezes ears up, watching her. She points and screams, "That beast doesn't belong here. I'll see to it that it's put down if you don't get rid of it." My blood ran cold. "Amanda," I said, stepping between her and my partner, "you will not threaten my dog, and you need to get off my property line." She sneered. "It's my job to deal with threats to this community, and that thing is the biggest threat I've seen yet." From there, the harassment turned industrial. HOA violations started stacking up like parking tickets. Dangerous animal, excessive barking. Funny, since Shadow doesn't bark unless I tell him to grass a 1/4 inch too long trash can, visible for 2 hours after pickup. Every fine rubber stamped by Amanda's 2 friends on the board. My home, my peace. It was all getting whittled away, paper cut by paper cut. She didn't stop at official notices. Garbage dumped on my lawn, anonymous notes in my mailbox. "Your killer dog isn't welcome. We're watching you." Then animal control showed up. Anonymous tip, "Your German Shepherd lunged at a kid." My heart almost stopped, but the officer saw the truth. Shadow wagging his tail, the little girl's mom vouching for him. He told me, "Someone's trying to build a paper trail, watch your back." I started checking the yard every morning, terrified Amanda would try to throw poison over the fence. My little slice of American peace had turned into a fortress, and my neighbor was at the gates. But Amanda wasn't just out to drive me off. She wanted Shadow labeled a menace and put down. That was the war she'd declared. She started a petition, ban aggressive breeds, German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, Dobermans. Went door to door with that concerned mother face. Some neighbors signed out of fear, others slammed the door in her face. My allies, the family next door, the old veteran down the street, stood firm. Still, the damage was done. Folks started crossing the street to avoid me and Shadow. So I fought back with what I knew, action, not words. Threw a neighborhood cookout and K-9 demo in my backyard, hot dogs on the grill, and Shadow working through his paces for the crowd. Obedience drills, search commands, even a find the keys game. For the finale, the old vet helped me with a bite sleeve. Shadow lunged, grabbed, and then on my command released and sat beside me, calm as you please. The crowd applauded. Shadow went from dangerous animal to neighborhood hero. For a moment, I thought maybe that was the turning point. Amanda went quiet for a couple of weeks, but I should have known better. She'd failed to get Shadow banned, so she escalated. Early Saturday, Mr. Henderson, the neighbor with the prize chickens, started shouting, "My prize hen, it's dead!" I rushed over Shadow's muzzle, cleaned my fence secure, but there were huge paw prints in the mud and a ripped open coop. Henderson screamed, "Your dog did this. It was a setup. Those prints were too perfect, like someone used a mold." I looked up, and there was Amanda on her porch watching with a smile. Animal control quarantined Shadow for 10 days, any more incidents, and they could seize him. I felt trapped. I installed the most high-tech security system I could find, 4K cameras, outside motion sensors, and even hidden indoor cams. I apologized to Henderson and handed him $500 for his chicken damage control, not guilt. Then I laid my trap. Told the mailman loud enough for Amanda to hear that I'd be out of town that weekend. My neighbor Sarah agreed to keep an eye out. I set up automatic feeders and left, but really checked into a hotel 10 minutes away watching the live feeds. First night, nothing but raccoons and teenagers. Second night, just before midnight, motion alert side yard. I watched Amanda dressed in black sneak along the fence, unlock my back door. How'd she get a key and slip inside? She went straight for the kitchen, pulled out a bag of hamburger and a bottle of dark liquid poison. She was about to murder my dog. But Shadow was waiting. He crept out of the shadows, low and silent, not barking, just that deep, chesty growl I know so well. Amanda froze. Shadow herded her like a sheepdog into my office, didn't touch her, just lay in the doorway and watched her until I got there. Called Sarah to dial 911. Woman screaming break-in in progress. Police arrived. I came home, Shadow by my side, Amanda sobbing in the corner, claiming she'd come in to help. But the footage told the truth, her breaking in, poisoning meat, and Shadow restraining her without a single tooth bared. Amanda got arrested, breaking and entering animal cruelty false reports. But she lawyered up and then sued me for emotional distress. For months, her attorney dragged me through the mud, tried to paint me as an unstable veteran with a trained killer for a pet. But Sergeant Miller from the police K-9 unit reviewed the footage and wrote a bombshell report. "This is the most perfect containment I've ever seen. The dog was the hero." Their whole case crumbled. Amanda settled, dropped her suit, pled guilty to felony charges, paid my legal bills, and moved out of the neighborhood. Her public apology was a work of art. The HOA got new leadership, the old aggressive breed bylaws got tossed, and for once the HOA started working for the people instead of terrorizing them. Shadow and I found peace finally. I took the job as the police K-9 unit's head trainer. That neighborhood war Amanda started ended up getting the city council to increase funding for police dogs. Shadow became a celebrity kids at school, assemblies, K-9 demos all over the city. But life had one more twist. A year later, I got a letter from a stranger's estate, an animal lover who'd seen my story on the news. She left me $2 million with one request: use it to help working dogs and their handlers. So we started the Shadow Foundation. We fund police dogs training and care, give scholarships to K-9 handlers kids, and turn Amanda's hate into a lifeline for working dogs everywhere. That's how one petty, hateful HOA president tried to destroy my partner and ended up building a legacy she'll never live down. Now, whenever I see Shadow stretched out in the sun, I just think there's the real hero. What do you think, folks? Was justice served? Or do you think people like Amanda ever really get what's coming to them? Drop your stories or thoughts below, because sometimes a beast is the best neighbor you could ever ask for.